NATO is not resting on its laurels as it turns 75. On Monday, Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg landed in Washington to hash out plans for a July summit that will explore how the security grouping can support Ukraine's fight against Russia's invasion. President Joe Biden praised the alliance and said a record number of members are meeting NATO's commitment to spend at least 2% of their GDP on defense.
NATO was founded 75 years ago, and I think the lessons we've learned then and about standing together to defend and deter aggression have been consequential. And we've made NATO, under your leadership, we made it larger, stronger, and then it's more united than it's ever been.
Earlier Monday, Stoltenberg said NATO allies had given unprecedented support to Ukraine. He estimates this will cost the alliance at least $45 billion per year going forward.
At the summit, I expect allied leaders to agree for NATO to lead the coordination and provision of security assistance and training for Ukraine. It is also why I have proposed a long-term financial pledge with fresh funding every year. The more credible our long-term support, the quicker Moscow will realize it cannot wait us out, and the sooner this war can end. It may seem like a paradox, but the path to peace is therefore more weapons for Ukraine.
Analysts say these discussions are setting the agenda for the upcoming summit.
The main issues still are what does the alliance say to Ukraine after it pledges of support over the last few weeks? What is the nature of the NATO-Ukraine relationship going forward? NATO is taking over from the United States the military assistance and coordination of military training for Ukraine. That's a major step that's happening right now.
Last week, Ukraine's president praised a 10-year security agreement with the U.S., saying it lays a path for the one thing Ukraine wants most: to belong to NATO.
The issue of NATO is covered through the text of the agreement. It states that America supports Ukraine's future membership in NATO and recognizes that our security agreement is a bridge to Ukraine's membership in NATO.
That bridge may be long, Hamilton said, noting that other nations are also making bilateral commitments to Ukraine in the meantime.
Some of them pledging, basically mutual defense, others pledging military support over a longer period of time. So again, the Ukrainians can count on that support.
How the war could end is also on NATO's radar, Hamilton said, as is the growing awareness that there are threats beyond the North Atlantic, as reflected in the plans by the leaders of Japan, Australia, South Korea, and New Zealand to attend the summit, which starts in Washington on July 9th. Anita Powell, VOA News, the White House.